What is transcendence in Buddhist philosophy? How to apply Buddhist principles to life to achieve liberation. Life and death are two inseparable aspects of human existence, reflecting the natural law that all beings must experience. Since the dawn of civilization, humans have continuously sought the meaning of life and death, leading to the formation and development of many religions around the world. Most religions have their own perspectives on the afterlife, creating rich and diverse belief systems. What is transcendence in Buddhist philosophy? How to apply Buddhist principles to life to achieve liberation. Religious views on life after death. Each religion offers its own interpretations and legends about life after death. For example, in Christianity, there is a belief in heaven and hell, where souls are judged based on their actions in life. Islam shares a similar view, with a clear distinction between good and evil individuals. In many other religions, such as Hinduism, there is the concept of karma and reincarnation, where the soul is reborn into a new form depending on actions in the previous life. Buddhist perspective on rebirth. In the context of Buddhism, death is not an end but a part of the cycle of life and death. Buddhism asserts that all beings have the potential for rebirth. After death, the soul does not completely vanish, but continues to exist in another form. This concept is called Samsara, the cycle of birth and death, where beings continuously undergo different life forms until they achieve enlightenment. Buddhism teaches that to escape this cycle, beings must attain a state of transcendence, Nirvana. This is a state of liberation from all suffering and worldly attachments. To achieve transcendence, one must practice, follow the teachings of the Buddha, and cultivate wisdom and compassion. Interaction between the living and the dead. An interesting question arises. What happens to the soul after death? And how can the living assist the dead? In Buddhism, remembering and praying for the deceased is a meaningful act. This not only shows respect for ancestors, but can also help the souls of the departed find peace and move towards better future lives. Many Buddhist scriptures clearly outline the necessary conditions for achieving transcendence. These include practice, the purification of the mind, and the cultivation of virtues such as compassion and forgiveness. These actions hold significance in the present life and also impact the future lives of each being. The concept of transcendence in Buddhism. The concept of transcendence in Buddhism is not merely a state of no longer being reborn, but also a liberation from all suffering, attachments, and delusions of the world. To achieve this, Buddhism emphasizes the importance of practicing the Noble Eightfold Path, which includes 1. Right view, understanding life and existence correctly. 2. Right intention, thinking positively and rightly. 3. Right speech, speaking truthfully and meaningfully. 4. Right action, acting ethically and correctly. 5. Right livelihood, living a life that is meaningful and right. 6. Right effort, continuously striving in practice. 7. Right mindfulness, keeping the mind alert and aware. 8. Right concentration, achieving focus and tranquility in the mind. Buddhist worldview, rebirth and transcendence. Buddhism, with its profound and rich teachings, has established a unique worldview regarding life, death, and the cycle of rebirth. According to Buddhist perspective, beings are continually reborn and live in a cycle called Samsara, which encompasses 6 realms of existence that each being can experience. Deva, heaven; human, Asura, realm of fighting gods; hungry ghost, animal, and hell. Each of these realms has its own characteristics and reflects the actions and karma of each being in the past. The realms of rebirth in Samsara. The first 3 realms, Deva, human, and Asura, are considered good realms, where beings experience happiness and abundance. In contrast, the last 3 realms, hungry ghost, animal, and hell, are seen as evil and suffering, where beings endure pain and distress. The purpose of practice in Buddhism is to achieve liberation, that is, to transcend this cycle of rebirth. However, not everyone can achieve this, especially those living in modern society and those pursuing a layperson's life. liberation and transcendence. According to Buddhist teachings, those who attain the holy fruits from Arahant and above have achieved liberation and are no longer reborn in the six realms. They have transcended all suffering and attachments of life, reaching a state of peace. The Buddha described this state in many Pali scriptures with phrases such as, "He has been liberated and knows. Birth has ended. The holy life has been fulfilled. What needs to be done has been done. There is no return to this life." This indicates that liberation is the highest state a being can achieve. In general, the concept of transcendence can be understood from various perspectives. According to popular belief, transcendence refers to the human soul being reborn into a realm of eternal bliss. After death, the physical body disintegrates, while the soul either transcends to a higher realm or descends into suffering, depending on the good and evil deeds they have committed in life. However, in Buddhism, the concept of the soul is often replaced by the notion of rebirth consciousness, which more accurately reflects the nature of existence. Transcendence and liberation, are they the same or different? An important question arises: is transcendence synonymous with liberation? If transcendence is considered synonymous with liberation, this means that each person must strive for themselves to achieve this state. No one else, not even the Buddha, can liberate another person. This emphasizes the importance of personal effort in practice, self-cultivation, and the development of wisdom. On the other hand, if transcendence is understood as a state distinct from liberation, it may relate to beings still existing in the six realms, but achieving a certain level of peace. This opens up a discussion about whether transcendence can be attained with the help of others, or if it can only be achieved through personal practice. Lay life and transcendence. For those living in modern society, especially lay practitioners, achieving transcendence or liberation can be quite challenging. They face many pressures in daily life, making practice more difficult. However, this does not mean they cannot attain a state of peace. Kind actions, compassion towards others, and practicing mindfulness in daily life can lead to tranquility of the mind. Monastics, with their religious lifestyle, may have more opportunities to engage in spiritual practice and achieve enlightenment. However, the path to transcendence depends not only on living in a religious environment, but also on serious and continuous practice. The Buddhist worldview offers profound insights into life, death, and rebirth. The concepts of transcendence and liberation provide a solid foundation for spiritual development. Regardless of the realm, each being has the potential to seek peace and liberation through their actions and awareness. From this, we can understand that the path of practice is a personal journey that requires persistent effort and determination. Transcendence, according to Pali scriptures. Transcendence is an important concept in Buddhism, particularly expressed clearly through the Pali scriptures. These teachings not only help us understand the consequences of our actions, but also guide us in living a meaningful life aimed at liberation. In this article, we will deeply explore transcendence according to the Pali Canon, the factors leading to downfall into the realms of suffering, and the factors leading to rebirth in the good realms, as well as the significance of these concepts in modern life. Factors leading to downfall into the three evil realms. In the Pali scriptures, the Buddha clearly pointed out the actions and attitudes that lead to downfall into the three evil realms, including hell, hungry ghost, and animal. These actions primarily relate to wrongdoing through body, speech, and mind. Evil actions. According to the long discourses, the Buddha states that those who commit evil will encounter severe consequences. Actions such as killing, stealing, sexual misconduct, and lying are seen as the causes that lead to downfall into the evil realms. Specifically, those who slander the noble ones, adhere to wrong views, and create karma based on wrong views will suffer after the dissolution of the body. Killing. Killing is not only the act of harming animals, but also includes the act of hurting others. Those with a lack of compassion, who constantly seek to harm others, will face serious consequences. Stealing. The act of taking what is not given is one of the wrongdoings emphasized by the Buddha. Thieves not only take away the property of others, but also create bad karma for themselves. Sexual misconduct and lying. Sexual misconduct, especially in romantic relationships, and lying are also actions condemned by the Buddha. Those who live in deceit and dishonesty will encounter bad consequences in the future. Wrong thoughts. In addition to specific actions, the Buddha pointed out that wrong thoughts, such as belief in heretical views, will lead to negative outcomes. Those who do not believe in karma and the existence of an afterlife are more likely to fall into evil actions. Factors leading to rebirth in the three good realms. In contrast to evil actions, the Buddha also clearly pointed out the good factors that lead to rebirth in the three good realms, including the Deva realm, the human realm, and the Asura realm. Good actions. In the Anguttara Nikaya, the Buddha teaches that those who perform good deeds through body, speech, and mind will be reborn in good realms. Actions such as refraining from killing, stealing, sexual misconduct, lying, and intoxication are considered good deeds. Refraining from killing. Abandoning killing not only helps protect living beings, but also creates good karma for oneself. Fostering inner peace for the practitioner. Observing the 5 precepts. The 5 precepts include refraining from killing, stealing, sexual misconduct, lying, and intoxication. Those who observe the 5 precepts will accumulate merit and have the ability to be reborn in the Deva realm, where they can experience joy and peace. Right view. In addition to actions, having right view also plays an important role in determining the place of rebirth. Those who believe in karma and understand that good and bad actions have consequences will find it easier to practice right actions. The meaning of transcendence in modern life. Transcendence, according to Buddhist belief, is not only about avoiding the evil realms, but also a journey towards complete liberation from the cycle of rebirth. The significance of transcendence can be understood in various ways in modern life. Living with purpose. In today's society, living with purpose is more important than ever. Transcendence is not just an abstract concept, but a goal for each individual to live a conscious life, taking responsibility for themselves and the community. Enhancing compassion. Compassion is one of the core values of Buddhism. Applying compassion in our daily lives helps us live harmoniously with those around us. Creating a positive living environment. Addressing suffering. Suffering is an unavoidable part of life. However, through the practice of meditation and mindfulness, we can learn to confront and overcome suffering, thus moving towards a state of transcendence. Transcendence, as described in the Pali scriptures, is not merely a religious concept, but also a guiding principle for life. The Buddhist teachings on karma, good and evil, and rebirth provide profound insights into life and death. Practicing these principles not only helps us stay away from the evil realms, but also creates a more peaceful and happy life. Thus, transcendence is not just a destination, but an ongoing journey that requires effort and perseverance from each individual. Transcendence according to Northern Buddhist scriptures. In the Northern tradition of Buddhism, transcendence is an important concept expressed through various sutras. These scriptures not only emphasize the role of good karma, but also outline methods to help beings achieve a state of transcendence. In this article, we will explore 4 representative sutras: the Ulambana Sutra, the Sutra of Filial Piety, the Ksitigarbha Sutra, and the Amitabha Sutra. Each sutra offers profound messages about transcendence, the methods of salvation, and the connections related to karmic forces. 1 Ulambana Sutra, the story of Moggallana. The Ulambana Sutra tells the story of one of the Buddha's famous disciples, Moggallana. He is known for his supernatural powers and diligence in practice. However, his story is not just about himself, but also about his mother, Lady Sanda. She endured a life of suffering in the hungry ghost realm due to her past karma of greed and avarice. Lady Sanda, because of her greedy actions in the past, was reborn into the hungry ghost realm, where she suffered from extreme hunger and thirst. This caused great distress for Moggallana. He decided to find a way to save his mother from this suffering, which led him to seek guidance from the Buddha. Method of salvation. The Buddha instructed Moggallana on a method to save his mother, making offerings and generating merit to dedicate to her. He organized a feast, offering to the monks, and through the merit gained from these offerings, Lady Sanda's greedy mind was transformed. As a result, she and many other beings were reborn into the heavenly realm. The meaning of transcendence. In Lady Sanda's case, transcendence was not merely escaping the hungry ghost realm, but being reborn into the heavenly realm, where she could experience peace and compassion. This highlights the importance of generating merit, dedicating it, and receiving help from loved ones on the journey toward transcendence. 2. Sutra of Filial Piety. Honoring Parents. The Sutra of Filial Piety is one of the important texts emphasizing the significance of honoring one's parents. This sutra not only discusses the great contributions of mothers in bearing and nurturing children, but also points out that many children are ungrateful and cause their parents suffering. The Buddhist teachings. The Buddha taught that to honor one's parents, each person should practice according to his teachings. This includes reciting sutras to understand the teachings, repenting for past wrongdoings, making offerings to the Triple Gem, and observing precepts. Practicing these actions not only expresses filial piety, but also brings blessings to the parents. Dedication of merit. After performing good deeds, children can dedicate the merit to pray for their parents to be reborn in a peaceful realm. This peaceful realm could be the human realm, the realm of devas, or another realm that the sutra does not clearly specify. However, the significance of dedicating this merit is crucial in expressing gratitude and filial respect. Transcendence and love. Transcendence in the Sutra of Filial Piety is not just about helping parents escape suffering, but also about connection, love, and gratitude. This emphasizes that family bonds and good deeds can create positive impacts for both parents and children in life and in future lives. 3. Ksitigarbha Sutra. The Compassion of the Bodhisattva. The Ksitigarbha Sutra is a very famous text in Northern Buddhism, focusing on Bodhisattva Ksitigarbha, a symbol of compassion and the salvation of sentient beings. This sutra recounts the journeys of the Bodhisattva to save his mother and other beings. In the first chapter of the Ksitigarbha Sutra, the Bodhisattva's previous incarnation was a female Brahmin who vowed to save her mother from hell. She performed acts of offering and generated merit to rescue her mother. This reflects her profound filial piety and compassion. Acts of salvation. In the fourth chapter, the sutra tells of another past life of the Bodhisattva as Guanxi, who saved his mother from hell and was reborn as a Brahmin. The Bodhisattva's journey of salvation demonstrates that transcendence is not only a personal act, but also a grand mission to help all sentient beings. Transcendence from a compassionate heart. In this case, transcendence is not just about escaping suffering. It also emphasizes the development of compassion and connection with other beings. This encourages each of us to practice compassion and salvation, not only for ourselves, but also for those around us. 3. Ksitigarbha Sutra. The Compassion of the Bodhisattva. The Ksitigarbha Sutra is a very famous text in Northern Buddhism, focusing on Bodhisattva Ksitigarbha, a symbol of compassion and the salvation of sentient beings. This sutra recounts the journeys of the Bodhisattva to save his mother and other beings. In the first chapter of the Ksitigarbha Sutra, the Bodhisattva's previous incarnation was a female Brahmin who vowed to save her mother from hell. She performed acts of offering and generated merit to rescue her mother. This reflects her profound filial piety and compassion. Acts of salvation. In the fourth chapter, the sutra tells of another past life of the Bodhisattva as Guanxi, who saved his mother from hell and was reborn as a Brahmin. The Bodhisattva's journey of salvation demonstrates that transcendence is not only a personal act, but also a grand mission to help all sentient beings. Transcendence from a compassionate heart. In this case, transcendence is not just about escaping suffering. It also emphasizes the development of compassion and connection with other beings. This encourages each of us to practice compassion and salvation, not only for ourselves, but also for those around us. Conclusion. Transcendence in Northern Buddhism is a rich and profound concept expressed through various sutras. Through the stories of Moggallana, the filial piety in the Sutra of Filial Piety, the compassion of Bodhisattva Ksitigarbha, and the concept of rebirth in the Amitabha Sutra, we see that transcendence is not merely about escaping suffering, but also about the journey towards enlightenment and liberation. Each sutra provides valuable lessons on how to live, how to practice, and how to express compassion and filial piety in daily life. Transcendence is not just a final goal, but a continuous journey where each individual can contribute and practice to create a better life for themselves and others. From the discussions and analyses above, we can understand that the concept of transcendence refers to rebirth in good realms, including the realms of devas, humans, and asuras. Transcendence still involves samsara within the 6 realms. It is achieved through personal practice, good deeds, or with the help of loved ones through merit-generating actions such as offerings and donations. In contrast, liberation is the attainment of the holy fruits from Arahat and above, with no further rebirth. The issue of whether prayers for the deceased to be reborn in the Pure Land pertain to transcendence or liberation remains unanswered in this article. Applying Buddhist principles to modern life is an effective way to move towards transcendence. Here are some ways you can implement this. 1. Practice mindfulness. Mindfulness in daily life. Maintain awareness of the present moment in all activities, from eating to working or communicating. This helps you better understand your emotions and thoughts. Meditation. Spend time meditating each day. Meditation helps reduce stress and enhances focus, creating a peaceful mind. 2. Develop compassion and joyful acceptance. Express compassion. Help others, from small acts like assisting friends to participating in charitable activities. Recognizing and sharing the suffering of others will help you cultivate compassion. Joyful acceptance. Practice forgiveness for yourself and others. Letting go of resentments will free you from psychological burdens and achieve tranquility. 3. Cultivate ethics and kind actions. Live ethically. Adhere to ethical principles such as not lying, not stealing, and not harming living beings. Good actions will create good karma and lead to positive outcomes in life. Perform kind actions. Seek opportunities to do good for others. Kind deeds not only benefit the recipient but also bring happiness to yourself. 4. Awareness of impermanence. Understanding impermanence. Recognize that everything changes and nothing is permanent. This helps reduce attachment to things that no longer hold value and allows you to live more lightly. Accept change. Learn to accept changes in life, from difficulties to losses. This acceptance helps you grow and develop. 5. Study and research scriptures. Learn Buddhist teachings. Read sutras and books about Buddhism to gain a deeper understanding of the principles and practices. This will help you apply the lessons in daily life. Participate in retreats. Join retreats or classes on Buddhism to have the opportunity to exchange and learn from others. 6. Live simply and harmoniously. Reduce material consumption. Limit unnecessary material consumption. Living simply helps you focus on more important aspects of life, such as spirituality and relationships. Create a peaceful space. Set aside time for yourself in quiet and serene environments where you can reflect and connect with yourself. 7. Actively face suffering. Accept suffering. Instead of avoiding or denying suffering, accept it as a part of life. This helps you learn from experiences and develop patience. Seek meaning. When facing suffering, look for lessons and meaning in that experience. This will help you grow and reduce the pain. Applying Buddhist principles to modern life not only helps you move toward transcendence, but also brings peace and happiness to your daily life. These methods do not require you to make drastic changes. You just need to persistently practice and grow each day. Remember that the path to transcendence is a personal journey, and every step taken is valuable in building a better life.